It's Kim Castle. You're watching kimTV, where you discover how to live agelessly. Today we're talking about leaky gut, chicken feet, and how to cure cellulite all at the same time. But first, I recently found out through some blood tests that I had developed a food sensitivity to gluten, casein, eggs, and corn. Corn was off the chart. What was really odd was I wasn't born with these allergies, and I don't eat gluten. I've been on a gluten-free diet for the last 5 years. So something else was going on. In addition, I'm having some weird little things going on in my skin. I can't deal with stress very much. It kind of knocks me out. My hair's doing some weird things, like it's not wanting to stay on my head. So clearly there is something else going on. And I recently attended an online summit called the Healthy Gut Summit, and I got introduced to gut health and what's going on in your gut. Who knew there's a party going on down there? And was really taken with one of the speakers, Dr. Josh Axe, and you can find out more about him at draxe.com, and I'll put a link in the description below. But he was talking about leaky gut and what it really is, and I'm gonna bastardize it because I ain't no doctor. But basically what this is our gut lining is kind of like a netting, and it prevents things from getting out of your gut into your system, or out of your system into your gut. And what happens with leaky gut is that it gets damaged. The holes get bigger and things can get out. And that's where the gluten sensitivities are happening. And it doesn't have anything to do with having celiac disease or being born with it. It's actually how we're living our lives these days. And I thought, well, how in the world could I have that? I eat well. I don't do gluten, I don't do sugar, and it turns out that one of the major causes of leaky gut is chronic stress. I had a lot of that. As a hard driving type A professional woman, I didn't stop. I went, and so much to a point where I didn't even recognize that I had stress in my life. I just craved space, and every once in a while I just start crying and I couldn't stop. So I had a lot of chronic stress, chronic for a long period of time, and that kind of ate away at the lining of my gut. So he was talking, and you can find out again if you go to Dr. Axe, I think is axe.com, and if you type in a search leaky gut, and it'll bring you to a really great article that tells you all about it. But one of the things that they were talking about that will heal leaky gut is, one, obviously remove all the factors that are causing it, but things that you can eat to actually heal it. And one of the things that they said that you could heal your gut is with bone broth. I know, right? Bone broth. Bone broth is supposed to be really rich in amino acids that build up your system. Amino acids are the basic building blocks of protein. In fact, there's this really big trend going around now. Instead of having morning coffee, people are having bone broth. In fact, there's like Starbucks type places being erected all around New York City just to serve bone broth instead of coffee. I think it makes sense. If it's protein, it's building your body back up with amino acids from the get-go as you start the day, rather than coffee that kind of is acidic, that kind of breaks it down. So I thought I'd take you on the journey of making bone broth together. And you can make it with bones from like beef. Now, mind you, I don't eat a lot of meat. I tend to, as much as possible, lean towards vegetarian. It's just, I don't know if it's what feels better to my body or my brain or my heart, who knows. But every time I start to lean towards vegetarian, I find that I get run down, I don't have enough energy. So clearly my body needs some kind of meat. So I don't do beef, so I'm gonna do chicken. So let's go on the journey to make bone broth together. So what you'll need for this is you'll need chicken. Now I'm using a whole chicken. Here's a whole chicken. A whole chicken. There's a couple pieces missing, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Cut up celery or any kind of vegetables. I'm doing onions, carrots in mine. garlic. You need bay leaves. You also need sea salt, ground black pepper, and you need apple cider vinegar, and you want to make sure it's the unpasteurized apple cider vinegar, organic, and the one that says it's with the mother. The mother's always so important, right? Isn't she? You want to make sure you have the mother, and it's something to do with the acids, or it's the fermented stuff that's in there that actually does all the work. And the reason you do apple cider vinegar in this is that it actually helps pull the marrow out of the bones. I know it's really gross. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm doing this. It pulls the marrow out of the bones, the good stuff out of the bones, and puts it into the broth. Also, I've been reading a lot about turmeric, and turmeric is an incredible root vegetable, and it's what's used in Indian food that makes it so yellow, like curries, but it has a lot of healing properties. So I'm going to actually add ground turmeric to my soup. I made a chicken soup last week with fresh turmeric, and it was amazing. So I'm going to add it to my bone broth. And you need filtered water. You want to do filtered water to cover. So let's go ahead and start making this. And now the secret ingredient. I did a lot of research on bone broth, and everything that I read said that the most beneficial part of the bone broth is it's kind of like, you know, when you've ever like put chicken in the refrigerator that you made and you took it out and it had that kind of jelly, that gelatin thing around it. Well, it's the gelatin that actually replaces the collagen in our body. And a big source of collagen is in chicken feet. I know, just saying it. Can heal cellulite. You know, as we get older, our bodies start to lose collagen. And I did a video on my channel, so you can take a look, about a hair product talking about collagen. And by the age of 40, we've lost a good portion of our collagen. And the best way to get it back is not by putting it on your face or taking it in a capsule, but actually getting it from your food. So a major source of gelatin and collagen is in chicken feet. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Okay. It's chicken feet. It's real feet. Oh my God. I don't know what I was thinking. I know. Okay. So I'm not even going to look at them. I can't even look. Ugh. Oh, they're on top. Okay. So the chicken feet are in the pot. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you want to cover your chicken feet and stuff with water. Oh my God. They look like little alien feet. And you simmer it on the stove for 24 hours. So I'm gonna turn this on and come back in 24 hours and see what it looks like and see what it tastes like. Back up and step away from the grain. Hi, I'm Kim Castle. Some people call me against the grain because I don't do gluten. What don't you do?